All right, let's get into a really strange theory about the 19th century. So, how can you have constant pandemics and huge progress at the same time? Well, this source has a pretty radical answer.
First, this theory sets the scene. The century was defined by nonstop disease and, well, a lot of death. And yet, at the same time, we saw these massive feats of engineering. Think railways, canals, incredible bridges. And the source's whole point is that these two things just don't add up. The math simply doesn't work.
To prove this, the theory zooms in on one case study, the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. See, the workers suffered from this weird illness that paralyzed them. We now know it as the bends. Back then, the official explanation was pretty much a shrug. The cause was supposedly completely unknown.
But here's the kicker. Even with all the sickness and death, construction just kept on going.
This leads to a pretty shocking conclusion about who, or maybe what, actually built the bridge. So if progress was that advanced, it raises a huge question. What was the real point of all those epidemics?
According to the source, the epidemics weren't a bug. They were a feature. They had a hidden purpose.
So, in this view, the pandemics weren't some natural disaster. They were a tool for a massive cover-up. And this all builds up to the source's final, really wild claim about our official history. What we have here is a tale of two realities: the dirty century of a sick population and the sterile century of lost technology. The core argument? That historians made a mistake. They merged two totally separate realities into one timeline. The first story is about the collapse of a high-tech civilization. The second is about a new population inheriting its ruins. So, it leaves you wondering, what if our history isn't one single story, but two completely different ones?